I thought we had a very emotional session last week. I was very impressed with how much you opened up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you keep prodding me about Grandma, and it's going to happen.
Right, right. But you know what? At least now we know for sure she's dead.
Yeah.
I wasn't convinced of it.
Well.
But you really convinced me.
How did you find those pictures?
I enjoyed them. She looked great. Coffin really preserved her.
Anaerobic decomposition.
So, Brian, so there's a lot of problems you have with this Malaysia flight.
Yeah.
And I understand this is connecting to loss, confusion.
I think I get very, very angry when I watch CNN because they've basically changed all their programming into, let us guess, 312 different ways that it may have vanished without any real, not knowing what we're talking about. We're just going to kind of guess and throw out other ideas out there. Oh, and here's another expert who thinks this is what happened. And oh, here's somebody else who, oh, here's Wolf Blitzer. He's going to give what Wolf thinks. And who names their kid Wolf.
Right.
And so everybody on that entire network is just standing there going, maybe this is what happened.
Sure.
And I don't understand why they won't just stop and wait for all the facts to come in and then go, hey, everybody, this is what happened.
Well, that would be a very boring newscast, though, Brian, wouldn't it? If they all just stopped and stood there and just didn't say anything. Because what else could they cover, Brian? It's the only story that's worth focusing on right now in the news, is whether there's a plane missing.
No. What about the Ukraine, for example? They could cover the Ukraine. They could stop guessing what happened to the plane, and they could go, oh, by the way, over in Ukraine, the Russians are kind of acting really weird and walking around without uniforms and just taking over stuff, and maybe we should focus on that for a little bit.
Sounds very paranoid, Brian.
Have you even followed that at all?
No, I've been watching this plane story because this is what's most interesting.
But does it really matter what happened to the plane?
Well, let's have a theory. I took a cue from CNN and I bought my own toy plane. And what could have possibly happened? Well, let's say that the plane went into a black hole. Then it would just disappear, right? And it would maybe get shrunk down to a tiny version of the plane. Maybe this plane here. Maybe this is the Malaysian flight. What if it's a Chinese food delivery company? We don't know. What if they're delivering Chinese food around the world and they're just making a lot of stops and the plane just hasn't arrived yet? That happens when you order takeout.
Since when have you ever had Chinese food delivered by a jet?
Well, I've never ordered Chinese food from China, Brian.
They weren't in China. They're in Malaysia.
Okay, well, loss didn't make any sense, and now we have a missing plane.
Can I give you what I imagine happened?
Sure.
Okay.
Be careful. There might be people on it.
This is the newscast I would like to see. Ladies and gentlemen, a plane has gone missing. When we have more details, we'll let you know. Now, in the Ukraine today, Russian forces were acting like thugs.
See, now I'm not interested anymore. You want to take a break? So, how was your weekend?
I was good. Spent a lot of time with the kids. We would hang out and laugh at the disclaimers in pharmaceutical ads. Because all the things that happen, all the side effects. The kids get a kick out of that because nausea, diarrhea, inflammation, itching, dizziness,
uncontrollable urination.
Yes,
I mean, if I have to, in order to not be shy, urinate myself, have irritable bowels, suicidal thoughts, uncontrollable seizures, dry mouth, dry eyes, nosebleeds, hair loss, ear hair, long eyelashes, lengthening of one side of the testicular sac, low arches, fat ankles, short thighs, and a complete drying out of muscle tissue and fluids.
But you won't be shy.
I won't be shy.
Well, I just find it amusing, and the kids find it amusing.
Well, your children are very active, aren't they?
Yeah, they're kids.
They talk a lot.
They talk a lot, sure. Yeah,
they play with action figures.
Of course, yeah. They want to play action figures.
Well, I'm going to write you a prescription for some Retinol 9, which is a new ADHD
for what?
medication. Well, for your sons.
But they don't, how do you know they have ADD?
Well, they have ADHD, actually.
How do you know? They're not even here.
I mean, your description was all the symptoms. Running around, playing with action figures, talking.
Yeah.
Well, those are all signs of ADHD.
Those are signs of little boys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about little boys have lots of energy, and that's what they do.
Pharmaceuticals, Brian, are man's way of adjusting our imperfections. So when you see an advertisement for a pill on television, that's a sign to go to your doctor and request the pill. You don't have to wait for them to offer it to you.
You just want to drug kids to make your life easier.
What's easier to deal with? I'll give you a little role play.
Okay.
Dad! I want to go to bed. I want G.I. Joe. Can I get G.I. Joe? Oh, let's play. Let's get the Commander base. I'm Dad. Mom, look at Mom in here. I want my soda. Give me more juice. Give me more juice. Now, let me give you an example of what a medicated child would be like. Hey, Dad. Do you want to stare at the wall with me?
And that's a good thing?
Yes. That second one is what I would want to deal with.
I think that's the stupidest theory I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that your children came home from school and they had been bullied.
No, they hadn't been bullied.
Oh.
They came back and they keep talking about, we had another lecture in bullying.
Oh.
And then they went to a museum and they watched a video on bullying. And I was kind of like, okay.
They went to a museum?
Yeah, the Museum of Tolerance.
Ah.
And I got, okay, I get it, you're bullying. Okay, maybe we'll learn something else this week.
Right.
That's kind of where I was.
So you are a big bully then?
I'm a big bully? No, I'm just saying the bullying, the whole bullying thing, bullying, it's like, I get it, we get it, okay, enough, okay, bullying, but I feel like I'm being bullied.
You feel like you're being bullied by the anti-bullying people?
Yes, this constant barrage of...
Pointing your finger at me, Brian.
This constant barrage of messages saying, oh, this means you're being bullied, is turning people into milquetoasts who claim they're being bullied, anytime anything negative happens in their lives. It's like, okay, I get it, but there's going to be, you're going to experience someone pushing you around in your life, and that's just going to happen, and that's life, and you're going to have to deal with it. You can't just start whining, oh, bully, I'm being bullied, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want the kids to get like this gigantic daily assault about, oh, any time somebody does this, you're being bullied, don't be bullied, don't let them bully. Don't you just run to the bully, please. Bully. Stop the bullying. You know what I'm saying? Enough. I get it.
You're frightening me, Brian.
I was just trying to explain to you.
I feel really violated and bullied right now. I feel like you're pushing me around.
Okay.
Good. That'll be $350.
Again, what? That's more than last time.
You give me that money, or else I'll pound you into the pavement.